Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. I would love it if you would help me to grow this channel and hit that subscribe button now. And if you're returning, welcome back. I truly do appreciate your continued support on my channel, and I hope that you are subscribed as well. So we have a lot to talk about today, so just buckle up. If you haven't heard, Planet Fitness has gotten themselves into some hot water lately, like Bud Light level hot water. This whole situation has been unfolding for about a week or so now, maybe a little bit more. And I did want to talk about it earlier as it was kind of playing out, but every single day there seemed to be more and more happening. So I decided to kind of wait so I could wrap up several pieces of this story up in one video versus trying to create a little video every time something new happened. So like I said, this business has really stepped in it over the last week. Poop again! And they have lost at least 400 million in market value, and that's just the last time I checked, so it might be more now. Their memberships are dropping, people are abandoning their facilities, and this boycott is growing in a similar way to what we saw happen with Bud Light when Bud Light decided to prioritize the madness of gender ideology by using a man in a dress to, I don't know, try and appeal to a younger audience without considering how the vast majority of the people that buy their product might feel about it. They learned very quickly how their customer base felt about it, and to my knowledge, I don't think they have ever recovered from that decision, and I don't think that they ever will. But you would think that most businesses would look at what happened to Bud Light and use it as a cautionary tale, that they would look at the way the public responds when you decide that the delusions of a few matter more than the sanity and the values of the majority, and think to themselves, okay, we're just going to stick to the baseline standards that work in favor of most of our customers. We'll do our best to accommodate, the minority of people that have very specific needs and requests, but ultimately realize we can't please everybody and we're just going to do the best that we can. But no. Planet Fitness did not decide to go the sane route. Instead, they watched what happened to Bud Light and they saw this iconic brand go completely up in flames because of the decisions that they made and said to themselves, give us a match and a can of gasoline because we're just going to do the same.
Here we go. Hey, hold my beer.
So what happened? Well, around March 11th or March 12th, a Planet Fitness member by the name of Patricia Silva, she recorded a video of herself outside of a Planet Fitness location in Fairbanks, Alaska, expressing her concern over a situation that had just unfolded in the women's locker room.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom. All right, I just thought I'd say it out loud.
So that was the initial video that started this whole firestorm, and in some follow-up information that we are going to look at, because as I said, there's a lot to cover. She also said that there was a young girl in there with them who had just finished showering, who was wrapped in a towel and kind of hunched in the corner, terrified about the fact that there's a grown man in the locker room with them. And I believe that Patricia did say in this initial situation, she did bring it to the attention of the Planet Fitness staff that were there at the time, and they were just kind of like, whatever, which is irritating. And just as a little side note, I always kind of have to think to myself what I would do in this situation, because I think when it comes to our own safety and well-being and the situations that we're facing one-on-one, it can be kind of a challenge, and you're like, is it worth the hassle? Should I bring this up? Should I say anything? Because I don't really want to ruffle feathers. I can just like get out of here and even just quietly cancel my membership and leave it at that. But I think when there are children involved, there are people that are younger and more vulnerable who need somebody to stand up for them. I think that that is the factor that really would drive a lot of us to go to the lengths that, we are going to see in this video. Because I know myself, if it were me, I don't know. It's really hard to say what I would do, but if my daughter were with me, that is a whole other situation. So moving on, Patricia also did snap a picture of this person, so we can see what she was talking about and perhaps see if she was overreacting. But Before I show you that, I just want to say, as per a lot of the things that we are told about trans women, particularly the arguments that are used to justify policies that allow these men to use women's locker rooms, we are constantly reassured that these men truly feel that they are women, that they have abandoned their male appearance, that they are so much more comfortable in being a woman, that they are just doing their best to live life as a woman, and that they mean no harm, and that this is a legitimate case of gender dysphoria, that they just want to be accepted, and that they are so committed to their womanhood that it would be ludicrous to expect them to continue to use the men's bathroom, right? Well, this is the picture that she snapped. And this is the person that she and that 12-year-old girl encountered in this locker room. Like, you're not even trying. And that's not to say that if they had put more effort into their appearance that I'd be fine with this scenario, but it completely discredits any argument that I just outlined and only further solidifies the indisputable concern that these policies do allow for any guy, legitimate gender dysphoria or not, to just go into the woman's bathroom or locker room. These policies are a dream come true for any sicko who has ever dreamt about being in a woman's locker room for any reason, and all they have to do is say, I'm a woman, and that's enough. So moving on, Patricia did bring this to the attention of Planet Fitness, and her social media posts also gained a lot of attention, and you would think, again, based on the response from the public and out of a desire to actually run a successful business, that this would send up red flags to Planet Fitness as if to say, we need to do something about this. We're about to get the Bud Light treatment. Clearly, this policy is a little too lenient, and we need to make sure our female members know that their privacy matters in our facilities. And I mean, allowing men at all into women's bathrooms is too lenient, but they had this opportunity to rethink this policy as it currently stands and think about if the risk of losing business is worth it, and maybe at least try to correct course a little bit. But did they do that? Nope, not at all.
Poop again!
Instead, they punished Patricia for speaking out about feeling unsafe, and they revoked her membership.
Good morning at 8 degrees below zero in Fairbanks, Alaska. Day 2 of Planet Fitness saga. I came in Monday. There's a man in the women's locker room shaving. A little girl sitting in the corner. She could have been 12 years old. I don't know how old she was. In a towel. Kind of freaked out that there's a man shaving in her locker room. Well, I was offended. I took a picture of him and I asked him, why are you there? You're a man with a penis. Why are you in the women's locker room? And he justified by saying, I'm queer LGB. And I said, you shouldn't be in the women's locker room. Well, I left. And as I said this morning, I got canceled. Planet Fitness is defending the man in the women's locker room, the man with the penis, rather than the child sitting in the corner with a towel wrapped around her.
So basically, Planet Fitness is making an example of this woman and saying, if you as a woman speak out about feeling unsafe, we're going to punish you. And that's the message they're sending to all women and sending to these young girls that are going to find themselves in this situation. If you feel unsafe, be quiet. Meanwhile, another person took a photo of this individual in the gym using their membership, continuing to use the women's locker room. No punishment whatsoever. So again, the backlash has not been pretty. Might I say, even a bloodbath. Their market value has continued to plummet since this whole debacle, and rightly so. So libs of TikTok and numerous other accounts have been tracking what has been going on at Planet Fitness. And like I said, there have just been so many things coming out since the first video by Patricia was posted. People have been sending emails. They've been calling different gyms in their area to see if this is something that is isolated to Fairbanks, Alaska, or if this is like a company-wide policy and belief. And it sounds like this was in response to an email that somebody may have sent to somebody higher up in management of Planet Fitness, but in response it says, as the home of the judgment-free zone, Planet Fitness is committed to creating an inclusive environment, the spokesperson wrote via email. Our gender identity non-discrimination policy states that members and guests may use the gym facilities that best align with their sincere, self-reported gender identity. The member who posted on social media via violated our mobile device policy that prohibits taking photos of individuals in the locker room, which resulted in their membership being terminated. So I understand the cell phone policy that says you cannot record or take photos in the locker room or bathroom. Like, that's a big deal. Nobody wants to see anybody doing that. I can completely get behind that policy. But according to them, a greater threat to women, this 12-year-old girl that was wrapped in a towel, terrified in the corner, the greater threat to them is not the man that is standing there while there's a naked 12-year-old girl sitting there completely afraid of what's going on, but taking a photo of the man while there's a 12-year-old girl cowering in the corner naked under a towel. Like, make it make sense. Also, in the Planet Fitness operations manual, they actually try to train their employees on how to handle these situations. And in it, it says, some members may feel uncomfortable with a transgender member using the same locker room facilities, bathrooms, showers, or other facilities / programs separated by sex. This discomfort is not a reason to deny access to the transgender member. Planet Fitness staff should work with members and employees to address this discomfort and foster a climate of understanding consistent with the judgment-free character of Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness staff shall strive to address transgender members with names, titles, pronouns, and other terms consistent with their self-reported gender identity, if reasonably known to the Planet Fitness staff. For example, a transgender woman shall be referred to by her preferred name and female pronouns. A transgender man shall be referred to by his preferred name and male pronouns. Planet Fitness reserves the right to terminate a person's membership immediately for any violation of this policy. So you can't even work for Planet Fitness unless you believe in delusion. And as far as fostering a climate of understanding, what that really translates into, if you are a woman that feels unsafe because of our policies, too bad, we'll cancel your membership and prioritize the person that is making everybody else uncomfortable. Not to mention, apparently, this gym has a history of issues with men being inappropriate to their female members. It says Georgia man arrested after exposing himself to a 15-year-old girl in Planet Fitness locker room. And this was September of 2023. And this one goes all the way back to 2015. It says transgender woman at center of claims that Planet Fitness terminated another woman's membership because she complained a man was in the locker room. So as I said, now we're seeing people cancel their memberships and people just abandoning this company in droves, as they should be. So I came across this guy who posted a video of him trying to cancel his membership and kind of how that went down.
So I just left, canceled my membership. I went in, the lady who helped me out, she was new, she was in training. She got to the point where she asked the reason why I was canceling it, and I informed her about the Alaska situation and the Planet Fitness non-discrimination policy and how they sided with the man in the bathroom and they revoked the lady's membership in Alaska. And she was like, I never heard of that. And I can believe it because she's new to Planet Fitness.
Yes, but is she new to the internet? Is she new to social media?
But what got me was when it got to the point where she had to put in the reason for the cancellation, she asked the manager what she should put in there, and she told him what I had said. He said, well, we can't put that. And they put a different reason in there to justify my cancellation. So not only is Planet Fitness siding with the trans non-discrimination thing, but now they're covering it up. Instead of admitting what they did was wrong, they hid the reason why I canceled my membership.
You just kind of have to wonder what that's going to look like when they try to evaluate why they have lost 400 million in market value over the course of a week. Like, you have to be able to notate why things are happening and track reasons as to why people might be leaving your gym. And you have to put things that are true so that you can address a problem. But if you are not putting things that are accurate, then you're not going to be able to fix the reason that people are leaving and not supporting your business anymore. So what I found even more interesting was this video that I found on TikTok, where it looks like Libs of TikTok, it says Libs of TikTok called Planet Fitness to ask about their locker room policy, and you won't believe what they told us, but it is a male speaking, so it sounds like they had a journalist call on behalf of Libs of TikTok just to see what would happen. And This was really fascinating.
Thank you for calling Planet Fitness Member Support. This is Juju, who I have the pleasure of speaking with.
Hi, my name is Christian.
Hi, Christian. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. I'm just calling in regards to just some recent news that was surrounding. I guess there's some controversy online for Planet Fitness or something regarding like locker room policy and whatnot. I have a daughter who's wants to sign up, and obviously as a parent, I'm not sure if you're a parent, but obviously I have concerns for her safety, and I just wanted to call in. I have a few questions before I sign her up. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, trust me, I understand. I got 2 kids myself. And I tell our folks this. It is a judgment-free zone, and y'all know that way before signing up with Planet Fitness. And if you ever witness or experience discrimination from a member, you always need to report it to us, or if something comes up to us, because we've never had any situations where how I've seen this video with viral on TikTok, and what she said isn't what exactly happened. And people can take anything online and turn it. So we had to, of course, they did a full investigation, and that's why I say, based on our non-discrimination policy, we don't discriminate against anybody, alien, monster, nobody. As long as they're not harming you or yours, we understand. Because we don't go based off of race, nationality, origin, ancestry, color, creed, religion, sex, sexual orientations, gender identification, age, disability, or any bias protection by law. That's our policy. So, I understand if you need to take a look around and go maybe do a tour before you sign up. But, yeah, that's where our policy comes from with the locker room situation.
I saw the video in passing, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
My gosh, like, what is this?
Yeah, we had a big old meeting about that conversation, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was.
Everyone, huh?
Yeah, so, yes, we had to, because, it was an investigation, because we want to know, too. We're parents.
True.
So we want to know what exactly happened, so they broke it down, and we're like, it's just crazy how much social media can really fool you. And I said, well, yeah, that's true.
Well, was that photograph of the person who identified as a woman, but was that a real photo of someone in his bathroom?
No.
No?
That was not.
So that wasn't even a real photo from inside the Planet Fitness at all?
Nope.
It's wild to me that they keep throwing this judgment-free zone verbiage out there and using words like discrimination. And what's interesting is that the more this stuff evolves and the more that it keeps popping up and the more that it keeps happening, it seems like the word discrimination is being used as a protection for the people that are causing the most harm and the people that are making others feel unsafe. And, it's a word that they are using to put these policies in place that are so depraved and that are so wrong, that go against, the way that things should be and the way that actually aligns with what is right and wrong. And this word is being used to erode that line, to blur the line between right and wrong, and to eliminate people's rights, particularly the rights of women and girls. But it is so fascinating that they are holding staff meetings with their club workers and telling them that these photos are fake, or at least telling them to tell anybody that calls about them, just tell them that the photos are fake. Just tell them that this story was made up. Just tell them that this is not a thing that happened. However, just after I found that video of them calling the Planet Fitness location and this lady saying that all of this stuff is fake, I am not even kidding. Minutes later, I wasn't even looking for information related to Planet Fitness, but this article popped up just yesterday saying Planet Fitness assigns staffer to assist transgender client in women's locker room, saying if you are uncomfortable, you can use a stall. In this article, it says a woman who was banned from a Planet Fitness gym after photographing a transgender customer shaving in the women's locker room claims the gym has since assigned a staffer to accompany the person in the ladies only area and is telling other women to back off, the Post has learned. Patricia Silva, whose membership was revoked hours after she posted a photo of the unidentified gym goer to Facebook on March 11th, told the Post on Thursday that Planet Fitness has assigned an employee to accompany him when he uses the women's locker room. Another friend of mine went to that gym the other day and he was in there, shaving his face again, Silva told the Post. He is dressed as a man. His hair is cut short. It appeared that he was dressed, shaving his face, and getting ready to leave for the day. He has an employee who is assisting him in the bathroom, Silva continued. My friend said to his accompanied Planet Fitness rep that he needs to leave. In response, this woman told my friend that if you are uncomfortable, you can go into a stall, according to Silva. Not only that, in this second photo that was released, if you look over, sorry, you can't see my mouse on the screen. If you look over to the right, kind of right above where the woman in the pink hoodie is sitting, that little logo on that big sign is a Planet Fitness logo. So why are they telling people that this is fake if he has an assigned staffer and we have photos of him in a place where we can see that clearly this is in one of their gym locations? And aside from all of that, not only that, Planet Fitness advertises a partnership with the LGBTQ nonprofit It Gets Better project, which sends LGBTQ queer books to kids across the country. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this stuff is not going to go away, clearly. And as much as I love to see men canceling their memberships, women have got to step up and do this too. Because at some point, it is going to be you, or it is going to be your daughter, or your niece, or your granddaughter that comes face to face with somebody that is in a private space and has access to her where she is not going to be able to stand up for herself. Thankfully, there are women setting the example for us.
Here I am in front of Planet Fitness. Just canceled my gym membership because they don't protect women's spaces and they prioritize men over women. Thank you, Planet Fitness.
I do have to say, I think there are a lot of people that don't do anything when they see these issues happening, or they don't take a stand against it because it's not something that has happened to them personally or happened to someone that they know personally, hasn't affected them in any way. And it is really unfortunate because that's exactly the mentality that continues to allow these things to happen. And like I said, at some point, it is going to be you that is personally affected by it because, again, this stuff is not going away. And by continuing to give businesses like this your money, you are supporting them as a whole as they violate women's privacy and make little girls feel unsafe everywhere. It's not something that we can just sit back and hope that it fizzles out. It's something you actually have to do something about now, because the people pushing these ideas and these policies have absolutely no intention of stopping. And I honestly think that they hope that we just get so tired of fighting them on it that we're the ones who quit. But before I completely end this video, because I know it has been a lot, I wanted to share this, a sign that somebody, they took a picture of it and posted it online. And this is a sign that Planet Fitness workers will put outside of the women's bathroom or locker room to warn female members that there is a man in there working or doing maintenance or cleaning, just to give them a heads up. You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. I mean, I just feel like this stuff is just getting so out of hand. Like, it is in workplace instruction manuals to intentionally train employees of these businesses to prioritize people with delusions over the rest of us, over the vast majority of the population. Please be sure to hit that like button. It does help this channel grow. It pushes the content out to more people. I would love it if you would make sure that you are subscribed so that I can continue to grow this channel. If there's ever anything you guys want me to talk about, my email address is in the description box as well. Other than that, keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.